Welcome, Virgo and Virgo cross watchers, to your reading for this week. Oh, that's quick. So, I feel like somebody's gonna come and ask you for something, and it feels like you're sitting over here like, oh God, it feels like this person always wants something. They feel like the kind of person that they regularly ask for things, but you know, they're unavailable. They don't answer their phone. If anybody else needs anything, if anybody else needs help, this person, it's almost like they take all of their problems and they lay it real thick so that nobody, it's almost like they're in a competition with everybody all the time to see whose life is worse. It's that type of an energy. What do they, oh, what do they want? Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, we have the Queen of Swords. What do they want? Devil reversed. Well, whatever it is this person's asking for, it's genuine. And it's strange. It's like if this person usually asks for a lot of help, it feels like this time they'll come in and they'll ask for something small. And it feels like when they come in, they're going to have to come, like, because of the way they ask for help and that sort of thing. And I hate to say this, I'm not trying to be mean to this person. It just feels like you kind of see them as somebody that's very needy, right? They're someone that, like, you enjoy their company to a certain extent, but most of it feels like it's, you're the person that has to maintain it. It feels very, it's almost like you know that they're the best friend to you, or the best, whatever type of relationship this is for you. They're the best person that they're capable of being. And I feel like you know that whatever level of functionality they're at right now, like, that is their limit. I feel at one point you may have kind of taken this person under your wing a little bit, but it's almost this vibe of like, you may not have heard from them in a while. You seem to take pity on them. I feel like you know that they're up the creek here. Interesting. Can we get one for what's the truth about what they're asking? Why are they coming to Virgo? Why are they coming to Virgo? Oh. Well, I mean, we had the King and Queen of Swords. Somebody wants a new start with you. I'm sorry to say if that's not what you want to hear. It's almost this vibe of like, because you were like very generous of spirit, and you kind of, you didn't just kind of throw them to the wolves or to the dogs or whatever. There's a certain like one-sided element of this connection that was allowed. It feels like this person, they may have like mistaken or thought that you were like in love with them, or that you kind of had the hots for them, if you will. It's almost like they feel like that may have been why you put up with their BS for so long. And it's almost this thing of like, well, they're here now. Yo. It could be for some of you, I'm sorry to say, it could be the kind of person that, like, let's say, for example, there was a little something between the two of you at one point. It just, I'm kind of getting this vibe where, like, they kind of went away to go and find themselves, or they wanted to see what else was out there, and now they're kind of coming back with their tail between their legs, hoping that what they have to offer is going to be enough. It's the energy of, like, of somebody that, like, now they realize what you are, now they realize what they had or what they could have with you, and, you know, now they're it feels like it's someone that they like, you know how like childhood or adulthood, like they live in like victimhood a lot. And I feel for some of you, maybe not all of you, because some of you doesn't not feel like you want to hear this. I feel like you may be inclined to let this person back in your life initially, which may or may not have anything to do with the romance bit here. It just feels like they seem to be someone that's very chaotic. We're gonna pull from here. Whoops, that came up pretty quickly. I kind of feel bad for this person. Sorry if that is annoying, but it's almost this energy of, like, let's say, for example, the two of you were like childhood sweethearts or something like that, and they thought everybody would be as good as you. You know what I mean? And, like, no, that's not at all what happened. There's just this, like, heavy energy of, like, regret and, like, I didn't know what I had. I just didn't know. I didn't know. And they seem to be running that over in their mind again, feeling like that's how they'll kind of convince you to take them back. Is the King of Cups. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, like they're here's the thing. It feels like they're being honest about it. This is honestly how they feel. I do feel like there's a little bit of, not plotting, but they kind of, everything that they're going to express to you is genuinely how they're feeling, but they are going to try to use something here to manipulate the situation to get you, like, to pull you in. Now, if you want them, great. But I feel some of you are, most if not all, are going to be very, very hesitant about this person. They may have, this may not be for everyone, for some of you, they may have stolen something from you. It's almost like you went to open your drawer, you went to open your jewelry box or something, and you saw it and it was gone and you knew it was them. I feel like if they bring it back to you, that would really go a long way with you. This might sound really strange, but it's like, if it is jewelry, I think they're going to wear it. If that is the case, it's like, yeah, they're going to wear it, but they seem to think it's such a small thing that it's not going to matter to you. It's almost like, if anything, it'll just remind you of what the two of you had or could have had, like whatever the connection was when it was stronger. I feel like it's kind of, it makes you a little disgusted with the whole thing because it feels like such a ploy, you know, like, ugh, it's not that you couldn't see through their games before, but if that is what they do, it just feels like you're looking at them feeling like they just must have no respect for me at all. I'm kind of getting this vibe that, like, that you still want to help them. I'll be honest, Virgo. That may not be for all of you, but There's something about this person that really pulls on your heartstrings. We have the Ace of Wands here at the bottom and the Eight of Wands. I feel like if it's almost like if something moves really quickly here, you'll know that they've changed. But if they drag their feet or this drags on or something, if it's that, there's some type of energy here about speed. If they admit something easily to you, if they're, this may be somebody that like they never really say what needs to be said or apologize or take responsibility unless they're forced to. So I feel like in this situation, if they did that quickly, that would kind of be a heads up that they've changed. And what I'm seeing here is I feel like it just kind of feels like you guys are on different wavelengths right now. It's the energy of like you've built your life up to a certain place, right? Like you're the King of Swords. It's usually someone that's very analytical, very cunning, but not overt about it, and not cunning in a, you know, deceptive kind of way. And it's almost like you may be at a different place in your life than this person. Wherever the, you know, let's say the two of you were, your path, you guys were on the same path before and then it diverged. And I feel like the reason they went an opposite way or a different way from you, you know that it was from like a pretty deep pain. And I feel like part of you may be hoping that this person is coming back, like wanting to actually pull themselves together this time. But I feel like you're not, you're kind of accepting it to, or expecting it to be more of the same. Just more of the same. Can we get a little more insight on? Oh. So we have the Two of Wands here with the Lovers and the Tower underneath that, the bottom of the deck. I'll be honest, Virgo. I'm gonna tell you what I'm seeing. I feel like for those of you that may assist this person with whatever they need, it would be like for old time's sake. I don't really, you know, there may be something about this person that still is very enigmatic. But it's like there's a tiredness, there's a brokenness in their eyes. And there's almost like a desperation. And it feels like, it's like when you see the desperation, that's when you're kind of like, oh, okay, this is done. We got to go. This is, you know what I mean? Whatever you may have wanted to do or may have been hopeful for, if that was the case, it's like when you see that desperation, I feel like you know that no matter what happens here, even if something did happen between the two of you again, they would just run again when they want to. They're not there because they want to be. They're there because they're desperate. And that's unfortunate because from what I'm seeing, it feels like they are desperate for you specifically. It just kind of feels like you weren't really on the same wavelengths anymore. And I kind of feel like you want, you still have some emotion for them, but I feel like you want something different. You want whoever this is. It's like you've worked really hard to elevate yourself and you want someone that's on your level. And it's almost the energy of like, this is somebody that you would have loved to have been with a long time ago, but it's like you grew up and they didn't. And now they're coming back to you grown up, but they've grown up in a very, very different way and it just doesn't work anymore. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we're just going to pull one more. Any advice? Oh. So we have the Two of Swords. Five of Pentacles. Ooh. If you focus on this too long, something's going to happen behind your back that's going to be some BS. It may not have anything to do with this person, but somebody is going to see that you're either like your guard is down or you're not paying attention, or it's like somebody's going to steal something behind your back while you're focused on this situation if you focus there too long. It's almost this energy of like somebody, I feel like someone's been waiting here for you to not be able to see what's what they've been doing. It's like, for example, if you own a company or you're a manager or a boss or something like that, somebody's going to come in and take a bunch of money and then run off with it. I mean, obviously that's not going to be the case for everybody, but it's that type of an energy. Somebody's going to take advantage of the fact that you're distracted. You're distracted with how to clean up the past, and meanwhile somebody's, you know, pulling some nonsense behind your back. For those of you that it's like I'm hearing like that's the cost of doing business, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm going to be honest. I feel like you might not want to hear this. If that is the case, I feel like that may be you not wanting to face that this situation has allowed you to, or you've allowed this situation to take you off of your game a little bit. Because I feel like when you see it for that and you see that that's what's going on here, not that this person had any connection to that, it just kind of all happened at the same time. I feel like the two of you may have come up together in some sort of way, and that's where the connection came from, right? When you go through something really bad together, there's a certain bond that's built between the two of you. And so like, and then this person comes back around and you're like, I've already moved on, man. I think we're just gonna, whoops, for heaven's sakes, hold on. Oh my goodness. Can't pick up this card. Okay. This is the one that fell on the floor. What does Virgo need to know about this? The Hierophant with the Emperor at the bottom. This one. Here's the thing, Virgo. If this does happen, if this is how it played out and you're watching this afterwards, I feel like this is the last and final time that any kind of thing like this is going to distract you from your work. If I'm getting this energy of like, that's never going to happen again. Energetics or not, relationship or not, so on and so forth or not, I don't care, right? It doesn't matter. You're just not going to be, you'll never let, it's like, it's not just other people's turmoil. You'll never let turmoil, including your own, distract you from your goal. So I think I'll leave it there. Virgo, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.